Welcome back, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. I made it.
Yeah, we have Jacob here today. The bunker release is just around the corner. So we're doing this final video before the release to get you all the information you need, in addition to the newsletter that Jacob sent out. But first and foremost, we want to cover the most important topic and the most important update, and that is a slight price change. And my dad's going to outline exactly what that will entail.
Okay. We don't want to increase our profit margins. We just want to make sure that we can cover the additional costs that incurred due to exchange rate fluctuations between the Swiss franc and the dollar. The dollar is taking a dive, and the dive has not been completed yet. I think as long as there's more money printed, the dollar will probably get weaker and weaker. So that is the one portion, and then the second portion is of course, the inflation that is created due to that, with material cost increase for specifically for titanium and stainless steel that we're using heavily for this watch. So those are the twofold increases. We had about a 12% increase in our costs due to that, and that's the only thing that is reflected within the sale of the watch. So we hope you understand that we want to make sure that the whole margins and everything remains the same, and that you can enjoy your watch the same way as you did before. We just have to purchase everything in Swiss francs. So there you go. If there's any questions in regard to that, I hope you'll address them to me, and I'll answer them to you if need be.
Yeah, they'll still be priced really reasonably. We're not raising the price significantly. It's only going up 30 USD, so $30 US. The price will now be $430, and that is not including shipping. The shipping price will be staying the same. That has also increased due to fuel costs, but we want to stay. We like being able to have the value proposition we do, and those of you who have the bunker currently fully realize how much of a value proposition it is, and that's something we don't want to lose. Jacob, you're sending out the newsletter.
Yes.
In the past, correct? From this being posted, the day I'm posting this, the newsletter should have already gone out.
So I will be sending it out tonight in just a few hours, covering everything that you will need to know for the release. If for some reason you do not receive the newsletter, please reach out to me through the email, and I will make sure you get it and that you are ready to go come launch day.
And one more update in regards to changes. The black bunker, we have one of the straps here. For those of you who bought the leather strap on the last gen, or the last restock of the black bunker, it was a dark gray. They're now solid black. Not a huge change, but a change nonetheless. Our photography will reflect this in the newsletter, as well as on the site when you go to place your orders. And we also will include in the newsletter the new colorway pictures. So we have, as we mentioned in the last video, and as Jacob's mentioned on social media, we have the gray with the green accents and the dark brown bunker, and those are still a ways out. So again, the restock this week will only be the blue and gray and the black bunker model. So 2 colorways to choose from. The khaki has been discontinued. The 2 new colorways will be coming. They're probably still about a month out, but those will be available to order in the very near future. We're going to show you guys images just so you have as informed a buying experience as possible. We don't want to release the black and the blue gray and then announce the colorways after the fact and then have anyone have any buyer's remorse or regrets. So you will have that information. We are very much looking forward to the release. We restocked much more than we did in the last round, so hopefully they last longer, but Jacob's still fielding emails constantly, so I have a feeling they're going to go quicker than we like. Hopefully not immediately, because we don't like people missing out. But they are here. We do have them in hand. They're ready to go. Jacob's, we're running QC as we speak,
Yes.
and regulation checks, so they're ready to go. So we will begin packaging immediately after the orders are placed, and have all the units out within at least a week. We want to overpromise or on this time, but we're going to get them out as soon as possible to you guys. But we look forward to seeing you this Saturday. Times for the release will be in the newsletter. They will not be announced publicly on our social media, so our subscribers will have the first chance to get them on our site. And we look forward to seeing you all there this Saturday. We also want to share our experience, our firsthand experience with the bunkers. We've each been wearing the bunker on our wrist basically daily for the past 6 months. I, for one, am extremely hard on mine. I think I'm harder on mine than my dad or Jacob is, because I run 2 local businesses that are very manual labor centered, and I keep my watch on through all of it, through waste management business to a landscaping business, and my watch sees a lot. And I'm happy to say that titanium too gets a pretty bad rap for being soft, but this, I have 2 very, very small scratches on the bezel, and that is it. Otherwise, this is in pristine, nearly new condition, and I am not understating when I say I am hard on this watch. In fact, I have sent this watch to school with my 7-year-old daughter and my 5-year-old son. They wore it out on the playground because this strap, as many of you know, it fits nearly any wrist size. So it did fit the wrist size for my daughter and son. They wore it on the playground, and I don't know what's harder, me doing the waste management and landscaping, or my kids wearing them out on the playground. But it has held up fantastically. Those of you who are wearing it know this is the case. We put the hardening coating on this titanium, and it's held up extremely well.
Jacob, you want to go?
Sure. So like Josh, I have basically not at all taken this off my wrist since the release in December. So the first release. And I am not as hard on my watches as Josh is, but I also am pretty active, do a lot of hikes, sports, and it is always on my wrist. After working in Switzerland with finishing, I worked a lot of quality control for Rolex bracelets, so I'm always, unfortunately, looking for mistakes on my watches, and I have I have 1 scratch on the bezel, which is very refreshing. It's not very noticeable, and it is after 6 months of hard wear. It is very resilient to everyday wear and just outdoor activities in general.
All right, thank you. There's just a couple of things I'd like to add to it. I was very skeptical, is probably the best word to indicate in regards to the clear coating that we put on there to see how good it's going to be, and it has surpassed any expectation that I had in seeing how good it performs. It is basically after 6 months wear, you could basically say, hey, this is a brand new watch I just purchased, and everybody would believe you. And that coming from people that are very critical looking at watches when we look at them on a daily basis. All the other aspects of the watch, of course, are identical in surpassing the expectations that we have placed or wanted to place in it. So we even got some calls from some aficionados in Switzerland that indicated that we're selling our product way too cheap. So I don't know if that is any indication as well, but we're very proud of what we're doing and wanting to keep everything in this price range and making sure we can up the quality and the specs continuously for you, that you have the watch that you want to have.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your experience as well. I mean, we hear it all the time on social media, through emails, but never feel bad sending them in. We absolutely love hearing it. In fact, we just had someone, I think last week, didn't they take it diving or snorkeling as well? So it can handle just about anything. So we love hearing your stories. That's just our experience. We test the watches ourselves thoroughly. And we put them through the ringer, so you don't have to. So that's our experience at the bunker. We hope you've had the same, if not a better experience with yours.
Looking forward to hearing back from you guys.
Thanks a bunch.